Okay, so in the video the other day, I showed you guys the new update 17.26.76, which both David and I have received. There have been a lot of reports, though, of the car hovering or hugging one side of the lane and kind of going back and forth a little bit. So I wanted to show you guys what we're actually seeing and do a test ride. So what we're gonna do is go on our normal little test track that we came up with a long time ago and go ahead and test out autopilot on that road and go ahead and show you guys exactly how it is doing. Okay, so here we are on autopilot. This is one of the roads we have tested before, but it is a generally straight road, so don't really have too much to worry about. But it did just kind of take us into the right lane there, which is for turning, but it did quickly correct itself, so I'll give it an okay on that. I have noticed the car is still willing to take some exits to the right. It seems to have gotten a little better though than the previous update, in which it almost always used to take it. Now it just takes it some of the times. So still working on that a little bit. I know that was an issue with my Autopilot 1 car, and then an update finally fixed that for my old car, but unfortunately Autopilot 2 still has that little bug going on. But other than that, it's been able to handle this road just fine, but this road is a little bit more straightaway, so it really hasn't had that many issues on this road, so I don't really expect anything. So let's go ahead and go to the road up here that's got more turns and a little bit more going on and see how it does. So we're gonna go ahead and start autopilot right now and let it do its thing. Gonna bump it up to 45, which is I believe what David is doing, and just see how it handles. I mean, we really haven't had too many issues in this part. Really curious to see about the curve up here. Now, as you can see, I'm not having any issue with it gearing more towards the one side or the other, and clearly I'm watching David's car and his isn't either. And right there we went through the intersection just fine. Now we're handling that curve like a champ. I will say there's been a lot less of the ping pong back and forth. So in regards to being as smooth as silk, it definitely has improved there. Now, there have been some cases where things haven't really been too much improved upon. When in stop and go traffic, it seems to be a little bit more brake happy. So it's not very relaxed when coming to a stop. It tends to be pretty abrupt. Now that, again, is just a software update. Perhaps the car just needs to relearn a few things, because I have noticed in the couple days I've had the update, it's actually gotten better already. So maybe the car is just kind of learning and figuring itself out again. I'm not 100% sure, but I know in time that'll kind of ease back out like it once was. So this turn seems to be a lot better. We can see David's car up ahead is not ping-ponging at all. Mine really isn't either. It's definitely a lot smoother than previous updates. Handled that curve without really slowing down too much. And then this curve, it is actually slowing itself down. So it's slowing itself down. I didn't slow it down to that. Let's see. I just have my hand on the wheel here. So it did that curve all by itself, and now it's speeding back up. Car behind me probably thinks we are crazy because the car slowed down for that, but the car is just actually obeying the speed law, which I believe says 35 or 30 for that turn. So it does appear to be jumping around a bit more on my dash, which last time it wasn't doing that when I drive to and from work. Maybe it's this road or something, but it does seem to be jumping around a little bit there, but as we can see, it's actually pretty steady. I'm not getting jostled back and forth or anything, so definitely happy with that. So we're gonna go ahead and pull over here, turn around, and do it in reverse. Okay, so we are now approaching the same turn in the opposite direction, and we'll see exactly how it handles it. I know last time we did this, it kind of hovered more towards the middle, which was kind of like the outside of the turn. Here we have a biker here, and no problem there. So I guess we'll see exactly how far it goes over and see what it actually slows us down to. So it's doing it all by itself, although it is down to like 20. And there we go. So it handled all that and then sped back through. It did slow down to like 20, which seems a little slow for that curve, but now it's back up to speed. We'll go ahead and, oh, we can't do 40 because I guess the speed limit here is 35 and it won't let us go more than 40, so I guess we're gonna be doing 40 now. Oh, and here it actually goes up to 45, so we should be able to bump it up in just 1 second. So it still says 35, but the speed limit back there definitely was 45. So perhaps it's just, obviously we know it's not reading the signs yet. Maybe it just doesn't have the best data on the map to say that the speed limit was increased. So here we have another kind of sharp turn. And okay, it did that just fine. And I guess that's basically the end of it. So there you go. Kind of showed you exactly what we have been looking at on this test road lately. So far, it's definitely, I think, improving. Although on that last turn, it did slow down quite a bit. We'll have to look at the old test video and see what exactly it slowed down to there. I'll put it on the screen or something so that you can kind of get an idea without having to go back. But at the end of the video, I will put a link to the other video and the last video I did on this little test road, so you can check that out if you would like. So that's it for the test drive. Hopefully you guys were able to actually see that. It did slow down a lot in the curve, and it's weird. It had the speed limit so that we could go 45 going one way, but only 40 the other. So the speed limits weren't actually lining up to what they truly were. And so hopefully that can get fixed in a future update, especially when it can start reading speed limit signs like the 1.0 cars can. That'll really help alleviate that issue. And besides that, really haven't had any issues with autopilot in terms of going on one side of the lane or the other. The lane markings have jumped a little bit on some of the roads, and some of them they're fine with, so I'm not 100% sure why some are fine, some aren't, when really it looks the same to me. I guess there's something weird it's picking up that's making it jump around a little bit. So definitely let me know too in the comment section down below if you're on 172676. What are some of the things you have noticed with the software, and is it hovering on one side? Have you experienced the same stop and go kind of thing where it's very harsh on the brakes? Have you experienced any turns that it really slows down, probably a little bit even too much for? Anything like that, definitely just comment down below and let me know. Really curious to see how it is for everybody else. Definitely thumbs up if you enjoyed the test drive and seeing exactly how it is handling in my 100D and David's 90D. Go ahead and click here to subscribe here for some more videos, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.